You ever wonder how many times you've fallen for just words? I miss you. I was thinking about you. You mean so much to me. They sound beautiful, don't they? Like a melody you want to believe in. But what if I told you most of those words mean nothing? Because real love, true, gut level, all in love, it doesn't speak through poetry. It speaks through presence, through action, through the things she does when no one's watching. If you've ever stared at your phone, wondering if that message meant something more, if you've ever laid awake questioning if she's the one, then this video is for you. Because today we're not talking about fantasy. We're talking about 6 undeniable actions, things a woman only does when she loves a man. And I promise you, once you learn to spot these signs, you'll never settle for surface affection again. Let me tell you a story. A brother of mine once said he thought he found the one. She said all the right things. She was sweet, supportive, until the day he lost his job. Not his pride, his whole identity. And she disappeared.
No good vie.
No, I've got you. Just silence. That night, he realized, it's not what she says when you're winning. It's what she does when you're breaking. So if you've ever been there, if you've ever questioned what's real, hit that like button and type 1 in the comments. Because what we're about to break down isn't just relationship advice. It's a lens, a filter, a truth you need to carry into every connection from this point forward. Ready? Let's get into it. Let's be real for a moment. You've gotten that text before. I miss you. Maybe it popped up late at night. Maybe it came after weeks of silence. And for a second, it hit you right in the chest. You thought, maybe she's still thinking about me. Maybe there's something real there. But here's the truth nobody tells you. I miss you is cheap. Costs her nothing to say. No time. No energy.
No proof.
It's a sugar-coated ghost. A message that floats in and out, leaving you hungry for meaning that was never there to begin with. Because men were wired to believe. We crave purpose, clarity, action. But the world of emotion, it's foggy, messy, and full of echoes that sound like truth but vanish the moment you chase them. And in that fog, you start hoping that her message means care, that her emoji means commitment, that her midnight hey means you still matter. But brother, it doesn't. Words can lie. Actions rarely do. Think about it. Who showed up when you were at your lowest? Who remembered your big meeting without you having to say a word? Who asked how you're doing? And actually listened. That's the difference. That's what love feels like. Quiet, consistent, unshakable presence. We've all been tricked by pretty language. We've all held onto half-hearted connections because they sounded right. But I want you to ask yourself something brutally honest. If she never said, I miss you, again, but still did everything that made you feel loved, would that be enough? And flip it, if she only said it, but never showed up, never supported, never really saw you, would you still believe her? The man who knows his worth stops chasing empty words. He watches. He discerns. He sees through the sweet talk and waits for the real. So next time your phone lights up with a message that tugs at your heart, pause. Ask yourself, has her behavior ever backed up those words? Or am I chasing comfort in a digital illusion? Because love is not a text at 2 a.m. It's someone who remembers your favorite coffee on a stressful morning. It's someone who listens when you have no words left. It's someone who doesn't let you walk alone in your darkest hour. So if you're tired of being confused, tired of guessing, tired of giving energy to people who only give you pixels and punctuation, stay with me. We're just getting started. Because real love, you'll recognize it long before anyone ever says the words. You ever notice how the real ones never have to announce their love? They just do. No grand declarations. No I do anything for you speeches. Just simple, silent acts that speak louder than any promise ever could. See, when a woman truly loves you, she becomes a silent force in your life. She doesn't wait for permission or for you to beg her for care. It's instinctual. It's in her rhythm. It's who she becomes when her heart is all in. You don't ask for the coffee, but it's there. You don't mention the headache. But she noticed your eyes look tired. You don't even realize you skipped a meal. But she brings food and says, Eat. You've been pushing too hard. That's not service. That's not submission. That's emotional investment. That's someone who wants to see you win. And she's not doing it to impress you. She's not angling for credit or trying to manipulate you into commitment. She does it because your rise feels like her rise. Because when she looks at you, she sees more than a man. She sees her man. But let me be clear, she won't do this for everyone. If you're just a placeholder, if she's still weighing her options, if her heart hasn't chosen, you won't see this kind of care. She's not folding your laundry. She's not learning your routines. She's not checking in when you're quiet for too long. Why? Because this kind of care, this depth of showing up, it requires vulnerability. It requires a woman to drop her guard, rearrange her schedule, and prioritize someone else's peace alongside her own. That doesn't happen for a fling. It doesn't happen for a maybe. It only happens when she's all in, even if she hasn't said it out loud yet. And here's where most men miss it. They're looking for big signs, fancy gifts, romantic dates, public affection. But real love? It's found in the small things. The things she does when you're not watching. The way she asks about your day, not as a formality, but because she actually wants to know. The way she keeps track of your little milestones, your struggles, your dreams, even when you forgot to mention them. So here's a truth to hold on to. If she's doing the little things without being asked, if she shows up in ways that feel like home, that's your sign. And if she doesn't, if it's always effort on your part, if she disappears when you're drained, if the care only comes when she wants something in return, then brother, you don't need more signals. You need to walk, because the woman who loves you doesn't need convincing. She just shows up. And when she does, it's quiet, it's consistent, it's sacred. You want to know if she truly loves you? Don't watch how she treats you when you're in the room. Watch what happens when you're not. Real love isn't just about presence. It's about protection in your absence. See, a lot of women will smile in your face, hold your hand in public, post the couple photos, and still sit silently while their friends mock you behind your back. That's not love. That's performance. But a woman who loves you, she becomes your sword when you're defenseless. Your reputation becomes her responsibility. Your name? It matters like her own. She hears someone clowning you, and she cuts it off. Fast. She doesn't let anyone belittle your quiet nature, your intensity, your hustle. She doesn't laugh when they tease you. She doesn't nod along when they question your worth. She says, "Don't talk about him like that." And she says it even if it makes things uncomfortable. Why? Because she's not worried about being liked. She's loyal. And loyalty doesn't clock out when you leave the room. Here's the raw truth most men don't realize. A woman can date you and still let others disrespect you. A woman can sleep with you and still talk behind your back. But a woman who loves you, she guards your dignity like it's her own. It's in the small moments, the quiet rejections of gossip, the subtle shift in energy when someone crosses a line, the private messages she sends to set boundaries you'll never even hear about. You might never see it happen, but you'll feel it in how your name travels. You'll hear it in how her friends speak to you with respect. You'll notice it in how your flaws aren't used as ammo when you argue. Because love doesn't entertain disrespect. It interrupts it. So next time you're wondering where you stand, ask yourself, when I'm not around, is she defending me, or is she letting others decide who I am? Because if she's not loyal in the shadows, she doesn't deserve your light. And don't get it twisted, this kind of loyalty isn't about blind praise. It's not about ignoring your flaws or pretending you're perfect. It's about honoring your humanity. It's about knowing your weaknesses and still choosing to protect your honor. That's love. Not loud, not flashy, but unshakably solid. You ever wonder when a woman really chooses you? Not when she says yes to being your girlfriend. Not when you make it Instagram official. Not even when she says, "I love you." No, with women who love deep, the commitment starts before all that. Silently, subtly, unmistakably. It begins the moment she starts pulling away from everyone else. When she stops answering DMs that used to excite her. When she ghosts the male friends with not-so-hidden intentions. When she declines the party invite because she knows who will be there, and she knows it won't sit right with you. And the craziest part? You didn't ask her to do any of this. You didn't demand loyalty. You didn't lecture her on boundaries. You didn't beg her to stop posting thirst traps. She just chose you. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You became her center of gravity without the ring, the title, or the rules. That's the invisible commitment. And here's how you know it's real. She gets quieter online. Less performative. Less curated for public attention. More present with you even in silence. She's not trying to provoke jealousy anymore. She's not subtly flexing her options. She's protecting something sacred. The bond she feels growing with you. Because for her, it's not about announcing love. It's about guarding it. A woman in love will begin self-regulating. Not because you're possessive, but because she respects what's forming between you two. She starts aligning her behavior with a future she hopes includes you. Now, this doesn't mean she disappears into your life. She's still her. She still glows, creates, laughs, shines. But the difference? Her energy stops scattering. It narrows, focuses, grounds. You become the point she orients around, even if she never says it out loud. So if you're sitting there, unsure about where she stands, don't obsess over what she posts or whether she said, "I love you." Yet, look at the shift. Look at her patterns. Look at the space she's slowly clearing for you in her world. Because when a woman loves you, she starts acting like you're hers, long before you ever ask her to be. And if you don't see that, if her words are warm but her actions stay wide open to every option, that's your answer. Real love doesn't wait for labels. Commits quietly, clearly, completely. Love isn't supposed to feel like losing yourself. But too many men have been told that if a woman really loves you, she'll demand more. More time, more answers, more changes. And slowly, you start shrinking who you are to keep her around. But the one who truly loves you, she doesn't come to take. She comes to build. When a woman loves you, she adapts, not by abandoning herself, but by integrating. She learns your rhythm, studies your world, moves with you, not against you. You love late-night gym sessions? She doesn't complain when you're not free at 8 p.m. She sends you a post-workout meme and says, "Proud of you. You're grinding on your business and can't reply every hour?" She doesn't guilt you. She understands, and she still shows up with quiet consistency. She starts asking questions. Not the shallow kind, but real ones. What drives you? Who taught you that habit? What does success actually look like for you? And even more powerful, she listens. She remembers your mentor's name. She knows the meaning behind that one quote you always say. She sees the fire in your eyes when you talk about your mission, and she feeds it, not dims it. But let's be clear, she doesn't vanish into your world. She doesn't cancel her dreams just to orbit yours. She keeps dancing her own dance, but she weaves it into yours with grace. She becomes the melody to your beat, not noise. Not friction, harmony. And here's where it gets deep. She doesn't make you choose between your purpose and her presence. She helps both thrive. She sees your grind, and instead of competing with it, she complements it. That kind of love? It doesn't come with ultimatums. It comes with alignment. You'll feel it in how the day moves, how suddenly your hustle feels less heavy, how your silence doesn't feel judged, but held. How you don't have to pause your purpose to keep your peace. Because she is peace. She is the space where you recharge and rise again. So ask yourself, does the woman you're with add to your mission or distract from it? Does she support your world or try to redesign it? Because the one who loves you, she doesn't need to dominate your space. She just wants to belong in it without losing herself. And when that happens, you're not just loving, you're building. And that's how legacies are born. You want to know if she really loves you? Let her see you break. Not the version of you that's polished and smiling. Not the version that makes jokes at dinner or crushes meetings or fixes every problem. Let her see the night version of you, the man behind the mask. Let her see you on the day when everything goes wrong. When the deal falls through. When the bank account looks like a punchline. When your confidence is so shot you don't recognize your own reflection. Let her see that man. And then watch. Most women want your highlight reel. They love the charm, the swagger, the ambition, the image. But the ones who truly love you, they don't flinch when the light fades. They stay. They don't offer pity. They offer presence. She doesn't rush to fix you. She sits in the silence with you. She doesn't say, "It's going to be okay," just to fill space. She says, "I'm here, even in this." She holds your pain without fear. And slowly, in that stillness, you realize something you've never felt before. Safety. Not safety from the world, but safety to be you, unfiltered, unguarded, undone. And the wildest part? She respects you more for it. Because vulnerability isn't weakness to a woman who's all in. It's intimacy. It's trust. It's you saying, "Here's my truth," even if it's messy, even if it scares you. And she doesn't run. She leans in, not because she wants to rescue you, but because she wants to walk with you. She's not looking for a perfect man. She's looking for a real one. Yes, she might call you out. Yes, she'll challenge you. Yes, she'll expect you to rise again. But she'll never make your scars feel like shame. She'll never weaponize your past in an argument. She'll never say, "You were weak." She'll say, "You were honest." And that's brave. That kind of woman, she's rare. She's sacred. She's the kind of love you don't let go of. Because anyone can love you in the sun. But it takes something deeper to love you in the storm. So if you find her, if she stays through the silence, the sadness, the nights when your soul doesn't know where to go, don't just say thank you. Don't just love her back. Build with her. Because love in the dark is the love that lasts in the light. You ever feel like you're constantly auditioning? Like every move you make in a relationship is being graded. Every flaw silently filed away. Every moment of weakness a strike against you? That's what happens when you're with someone who doesn't really love you. They don't say it out loud, but you feel it. The quiet judgment. The subtle shift in tone when you confess something raw. The look that says, "You were supposed to be stronger." But when a woman truly loves you, she's not your judge. She's your mirror. She doesn't just see who you are. She reflects who you're becoming. She sees your past but doesn't weaponize it. She knows your flaws but doesn't build walls with them. She hears your self-doubt but doesn't echo it. She replaces it with truth you forgot you needed to hear. You're more than what happened to you. You're still becoming. You're allowed to fall. As long as you get back up. And that's what makes her different. She doesn't challenge you because she wants to change you. She challenges you because she believes in who you really are. And trust me, you'll feel the difference. When you mess up, she doesn't throw it in your face. She leans in and says, "Let's figure it out." When you get insecure, she doesn't roll her eyes. She reminds you of the man she sees, even when you don't. She holds up a mirror, and in it you see not just your flaws, but your potential. She helps you notice the progress you ignore. She celebrates your small wins like they're milestones. She listens when you need space. And when you speak, she hears the parts you don't say out loud. And here's the key. She never makes you feel like love has a price tag. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to perform for it. You don't have to be perfect to keep it. Because to her, love isn't a transaction. It's a recognition. She sees you, and she stays. So ask yourself, is she reflecting your worth, or constantly questioning it? Do you feel seen, or judged? Because the woman who loves you, she won't turn your darkness into leverage. She'll turn it into light. And that mirror, that's how you grow. That's how you heal. That's how you become the man you were meant to be. Not because someone demanded it, but because someone believed it when you didn't yet believe in yourself. Let me ask you something, brother. Have you ever felt anchored? Not trapped. Not controlled. Not weighed down. Anchored. Like no matter how rough the seas get, no matter how hard the wind pulls, no matter how far your mind drifts at 2 a.m., she's there. Still. Solid. Unshaken. Because real love, it doesn't chase. It doesn't cling. It grounds. You don't have to guess where you stand. You don't have to decode her texts. You don't have to shrink yourself to keep her close. She makes space for you to breathe and stay. She's not perfect. She's not always patient. She's not always graceful. But her heart, it doesn't wander. It stays tethered to yours. And when life hits, because it always does, when dreams delay, when plans crumble, when you forget who you are for a minute, she doesn't vanish. She reminds you of your strength, of your value, of your path. She's the voice that whispers, "You're still him. Don't forget." And here's the beautiful part. She doesn't anchor you by holding you back. She anchors you by holding you down. So you don't drift when you doubt yourself. That kind of love, you don't find it often. You don't earn it through charm. You don't keep it by pretending. You receive it by being seen. You nurture it by being real. You honor it by being ready. So if you've had that woman, the one who stayed through your worst, the one who protected you in silence, the one who chose you before you ever asked, honor her. And if you haven't found her yet, don't settle. Because once you know what anchor love feels like, you'll never again be fooled by surface. And here's what I want you to do. If anything in this video hit home, if you've seen even one sign in someone's actions, if you're hoping for a woman who doesn't drift but grounds you, type anchor in the comments right now. Let's see how many men still believe in something real, still believe in love that doesn't shake when life storms. And if you're her, if you're a woman who loves like this, we see you. We appreciate you. You're rare. You're everything. Stay anchored. Stay true.